Hello, how are you? I hope you are doing great. Today I bring you a new review of yet another Riordan saga, and that is the Heroes of Olympus. That is the premise with which Riordan returns to Cap Half-Blood after putting an end to the Kane Chronicles trilogy. The author does a great job of returning to the Percy Jackson universe without using the same characters and in the process making the new ones and endearing to you as the old ones. Leo, Piper, and especially Jason are the protagonists of this new adventure that brings us back the ingredients that Riordan has made us so accustomed to. Some action and love, and mythological beings and humor in abundance, returning to the world of demigods without Percy Jackson as the star character was a most difficult task, but we are pleased to say that Mr. Riordan has passed the test with flying colors. So let me introduce the 5 books of this saga. These are The Lost Hero, then we have The Son of Neptune. Next, The Mark of Athena. We continue with the House of Hades. And the last book of this saga, The Bluff of Olympus. Jason, our protagonist, wakes up at the back of a bus on his way to a summer camp for troubled kids. He is accompanied by his beautiful girlfriend Piper and his best friend Leo. Considering he doesn't know who he is, what he's doing there, or who his two classmates are, it doesn't look good, especially when they're attacked by shapeless creatures and the gym teacher has goat's feet, a language straight out of boot camp, and a penchant for eating grass. Demigods can have blood, Olympic gods. Has poor Jason lost his mind or what? First of all, and to avoid possible auto spoilers of the previous saga, it must be said that it is highly recommended, not to say essential, to have read the Percy Jackson and the Olympians pentalogy before. Heroes of Olympus begins right where the adventures of our favorite demigod end, and starting this new series without having read the previous one is like starting the house from the roof. What's more, we will see the return of characters like Annabeth and Thalia, and we will once again wander through Camp Half-Blood, caught up in the machinations of a more silent and impregnable Olympus than usual. Plus, Percy Jackson has disappeared, and a mysterious prophecy gives 4 days to save the world. Bad day to lose your memory, kid. Meanwhile, Percy Jackson has awoken in a place unknown to him and is put to the test before he reaches his destination. He will meet two demigods, Hazel and Frank, whom he will join forces with to defeat the enemies that are rising up and endangering the world. When the two groups join forces, the 7 demigods must face the greatest danger yet. Gaia is awakening and wants to destroy the world. Mortals, demigods, and gods themselves. They have a prophecy to guide them, but to prevent Gaia from waking up, they must face many more dangers than they thought. To say that I love Greek, Roman, Egyptian mythology, or any of them is an understatement. Rick Riordan knows how to blend the mythologies together, making sense of them and teaching you what the differences are between them in a fun and entertaining way. I love the way the author writes, showing you the myths, the gods, and all the characters of mythology in a simple and above all, as I said before, very funny way. I was delighted to find references to events of mythological creatures that appear in the previous saga, and that he is able to weave these facts so well with the new events, linking the two sagas in a masterful way. I have learned so much from these books about mythology without even realizing it. If I were given a test right now, I will ace it. I want to highlight the setting of this saga. The previous one focused only on the United States, but here we have a change of scenery. Europe, I was very excited to see Spain and the Mediterranean Sea and to learn about different Asian cities through the eyes of the main characters. It is not really necessary to read the previous saga to read this one, but it is true that there are many spoilers and things that happened before that it is better to know beforehand. I recommend reading the previous saga before starting to read this one. The plot of each book is independent and at the same time is linked to the plot of the others. I mean, in order to face the prophecy and save the world, they have to face different tests and stop several dangers before the final battle. So many things happen in each book, and especially in the last three, the plot doesn't give you a break. The adventures get better and better, more difficult and impossible, and there is more and more action, tension, and suspense. The plot twists have been great. There were some that I expected and was a little disappointed to have seen coming, but others blew me away. There was one event in the fourth book that squeezed my heart, and oh god, how it made me suffer, and at the same time feel so much tenderness as these two friends the person makes in the place that I won't mention, but they are part of the prophecy. The end of the saga couldn't have had a better ending than this one. I suffered, but at the same time I was so happy with how it all ended that I don't have words to explain everything I felt. I also felt a huge sadness at the end of such a good saga and saying goodbye to some characters that have been with me for almost a year since I read The Lightning Thief. On the other hand, we have Nico the Angelo. This character grew more in the last book, where he showed us a bit more of his personality, some secrets, and more about his emotional pattern. Nico was undoubtedly one of my favorite characters in this saga. In conclusion, The Heroes of Olympus is an unmissable saga for all those who love Percy Jackson and mythology. Great books full of friendships, fun, love, fighting, bravery, and loyalty, with a myriad of mythological creatures, gods, and dangers that the characters must overcome together. I can only recommend this saga and its predecessor with all my strength, as each and every one of the books are perfect. So guys, thank you for watching and I hope to see you again soon. Bye bye.